Across the country, hundreds of children still remain separated from their parents, and in many cases, it's solely red tape keeping families apart. I want to show you these pictures. This is Lydia Souza, her 9-year-old son Diogo. Souza was in detention, but then she was released after the government determined she did, in fact, have a credible fear of persecution in Brazil. But now, more than 2 weeks later, her son remains detained in Chicago. Jeff Goldman is an immigration attorney in Massachusetts and represents Ms. Souza. Thanks so much for being with us. As I understand it, Lydia was released on June 9th to join relatives in Hyannis, Massachusetts, the 9th. It's now the 25th. Her son is still being held more than 1,000 miles away from her. As best as you can tell, why has she not been reunited with her son?
Red tape. The government has changed their story many, many times on the process to release Jojo. And the latest yesterday is that the Department of Health and Human Services wants a full background security check done on Ms. Souza and anyone who is living in her home. They've now scheduled fingerprints to be done July 6th and then said it will be 22 additional days before the paperwork will be processed, and that's when they see that Jojo would be released. And based on that, we're filing suit in federal court this morning.
Wow. I mean, you know, I thought it was bad when they said, call us back in a week. Now they're telling you, get back to us on July 28th. I mean, I know that this morning, right, you filed a suit in federal court. Have you done that? And what do you think you can accomplish here?
We think we can get a temporary restraining order prohibiting the government from holding Jojo. He needs to be reunited with his mother, and he doesn't need to be treated like a piece of chattel, which is really what's happening here. I understand there are procedures and processes that have to be followed.
Well, yeah, we want to make sure
he's
going to his actual mother, and we want to make sure he's going to a safe home. But
right.
What is all this paperwork?
37 pages of paperwork they sent that she needed to fill out, which we helped her do. We returned that at least 4 days ago, and it took them 2 days to get back to us to say, okay, now we're going to have background security checks done, fingerprints need to be done. Who are the two people in the home where she's living? Mind you, they released her because she has a valid claim for political asylum, but she does not have the right to work. She has no money. She's borrowing a couch in the home of a family who has let her stay. And now that family is subject to background security checks. We offered to bring Lydia to Chicago, where Jojo is, and have the two of them stay in a hotel for the 22 days that the government needs to process this, and they said no.
So Jojo spent his 9th birthday away from his mother. I understand they did at least get a phone call, but I wonder what went through your mind when you heard the president suggesting on Twitter that we should just eliminate due process, send these migrants back to their countries, no judges, no court cases.
To clarify, Jojo did not get to speak to his mother on his birthday.
He did not.
It was after his birthday. They refused. The people who are at the detention center refused to let the mother speak to him on his birthday. As far as President Trump's latest statements, it is so disheartening, so frustrating. He's talking to talk. He's talking to his base. He doesn't even know the facts or what's going on here. The statement, most recent statement, says that these children will be held until the parent finishes the deportation proceeding. This could be weeks, months, years if you are asking for political asylum. The president doesn't even know that. He doesn't address that. And this is really a crime, what's going on.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.